So I'm back again, and this is going to be, actually this is going to be part one. I think the first video I did was an introduction of my motor and why I have to take it apart. So without further delay, I said I would loosen up bolts and nuts and take it apart and show you how they come apart. So I loosened up these ones, these last set here. Only 2 bolts holding the exhaust shroud or shield on there. As such, and that comes, even though these bolts are here, that just comes right off, like so. Alright, here we go. That allows me to expose the back and the exhaust manifolds. So I pre-loosened that one I didn't, because the shroud was there, so like I say, the shroud just clamps onto that and holds it in place, so we'll just knock that free. And there we go. What you're going to notice, I'll show you what I've done on this engine, and I do it on a lot of projects, is that after I disassemble it, before I reassemble it, I chase all the threads. All the threads. Anything I can, I chase. Whether it be with a die or whether it be with a tap. And where I can, I use new hardware, but if I'm not using new hardware, it doesn't matter. This is not new hardware, for example, but I clean it up. And I clean up all the threads with a wire wheel. And what happens is, whether I'm using Loctite or not, and we'll get into Loctite later, is that all the bolts come apart like this. It's just easy, smooth. No fuss, no muss. Right? For me, I like that. That is super easy. Let me get a little bit of light on the situation here. That should help. There, and then that guy comes off. I painted these with high temperature black paint. Don't know how well they'll hold up, but they look pretty good. Take the other side off. Oh, make a liar out of me. Why is that one being awkward? Shouldn't be. Anyway, okay, so 9 out of 10 come off with fingers only. I'll probably, maybe I didn't chase that. Probably not. But I'll do it. New bolts. This one I didn't loosen. Everything, whether you think it's a little on the loose side, I torque them all. Probably should have gone back, and probably will next time go back and re-torque them again after running for a little bit. Okay, and there's the other exhaust manifold. The gaskets come off pretty easy. I will be reusing a lot of gaskets. I mean, they've not been on long, so and they come off hopefully fairly easily. So, one thing I do want to show you before I go too much further is these spark plugs. They're brand new. Okay, they're the recommended plug for the engine, I guess. They are a RV17YC. Both of them look the same when I pull them out. Okay, so I'm going to kill the camera, bring it down to the bench, and show you what I'm talking about. So give me your opinion. Okay, I'm back. We'll get focused in on this. Hopefully. Well, it says it's focused. So what I've got is both spark plugs look like this. Basically, play with the lighting a little bit so it doesn't wash it out. Basically, they're both, trust me, the camera doesn't show it, but they're both highly carboned. They've only been in the engine for, you know, a total of 6 to 8 hours. Running idle, running full throttle, doing checks and tests and things like that. But the buildup of carbon was sooty, very velvety, thin, and black. You can't see it now because I've been messing with them, but they were pretty bad. This one here I cleaned. Okay, so things look white again, and etc. But I'm not sure what's going on. I know the color's supposed to be, you know, a tan colored, but these were just smooth, silky, powdery black. So if you have any thoughts on that, the carburetor is turned in one screw or one turn, so from bottomed out, I've only brought it out one turn. I can even move it out a little further, a little in, but it's only one turn out. And the high speed is maybe 1.5, 1 3/4 turns. So I'm not sure why this is carboning up so fast. If you have any thoughts or ideas, let me know. But right now we'll go back to the disassembly. Okay, I have to mount the camera on a tripod. What I've got is an actual camera, not a video camera. It's a DLSR, Canon T1, so it's pretty old. It doesn't have very good autofocus in video mode. It doesn't do it itself. So anyway, back to it. So like I said, I want to take this off in as a component as opposed to all the individual pieces. So what I'll do next, I've loosened these bolts, as I said I would previously do. This one here is for the my long lost governor, I think. So this one I'll actually undo with you, so I can take that off, and it comes off pretty easy. I'm going to get a little screwdriver and a bit, pry that open, both sides, and that should just slip off without too much argument. As such. There we go. That's a little better. I'll try to talk as loud as I can because I know some videos I've seen and watched, the voices aren't as loud and sometimes you miss it. So see what I can do there. So there's the governor arm off. Right over on this side under the carburetor, you can't quite see it, but that just tilts and comes off like so. And then of course the spring on this side, and the governor arm is off. I'll just leave the spring on there. Now the first part of the component disassembly or subassembly. The idea is, with everything disconnected, I should be able to lift this off. So the only thing I have to disconnect still is the negative side of the coil. So we'll figure out what size that is. Looks like 5/16. Oh, bigger than that. Let's do it. And I've got it somewhere. Make a liar. I don't have it. Here we go. I was about to say earlier, you only need like 3 or 4 wrenches and a couple of these, and you're golden. But I guess not. Okay, not off. I will be collecting all the hardware. I pretty much know where everything goes now anyway, since it's only been a week or so since I've had it apart or put back together. So here we go. I'm hoping that everything is clear except the fuel line, which I'll take off. Probably still gas in it somewhere. As such. Back that down. Don't know if you can see it, but it's there hiding behind this. And ease it off. Which it does without too much effort. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just putting a little pressure on the backside, so I can pull it past those. And off it comes. And a little bit of gas. Okay, that should be it. Let's take these carburetor, intake manifold bolts out. As such. Won't turn it around, you know where they are. They're here, but on the other side. And the last one. My plan is all of this comes off. Harness, wiring, and everything. And you can tell it's going to work, can't you? So there we go. So, first stage done. That comes off as one piece. So what I was able to leave on was the coil, of course, the positive terminal leading in there. Gas is leaking out. That means the carburetor is working real good. I was able to leave the linkages on the bottom side here, and I just left the spring on there. No harm done, but I was able to leave the top cover, the elbow, the carburetor, the intake manifold, and all little bits of hardware, all in one piece. Easy to put back together. That worked out nice. So, gaskets came off pretty clean. Didn't stick too badly. Yep, they're in great shape, easily reused. There's the top of it cleaned off. And I'll take the breather hose out for the number 1 cylinder. And let's see. Could take the water. I know what I'll do to finish off this segment. Again, I'm trying